How does this image make you feel? If you said horny, I think you're in the wrong place, my friend, but I give you participation points nonetheless. But all jokes aside, this image makes me feel a mixture of many emotions. Mainly, though, it's this faintly odd sense of nostalgia. Like, I can't quite put my finger on it, but at the same time, it seems like it's almost on the tip of my tongue. And that's very much by design, because this right here is what's known as a liminal space. And that's what we're taking a look at today. And just in case you don't know what a liminal space is, I'm going to read you a definition. Liminal space is a place of transition, a threshold between 2 points, signaling the end of one time or space and beginning of another. These spaces exist in the real world as physical locations, but are also present in our cognition and psychological experience, often related to major life changes and periods of uncertainty. So I wanted to start this video off of exploring liminal spaces by showing you probably the most famous example. There's been like a whole YouTube spin-off series made from it and everything. The Backrooms. I'm sure everybody and their grandmother has seen this video, or this image rather. It's just such a good example of what a liminal space really is that I don't think it gets much better than this. Like, the Backrooms truly, to me, is the perfect liminal space. This image right here is just so good at creating that liminal space feeling that you can't quite put your finger on how it makes you feel, but you don't exactly like it. And this is another one I found that's very similar to the Backrooms. It's got the same like buzzy lights kind of aesthetic with the same ceiling tiles and that same dingy yellow tint that is so haunting for some reason. This looks like a shutdown or shutting down supermarket, which seems like it could possibly be a part of the Backrooms, you know? It could connect in some way, shape, or form. Because it does look very similar in their color grading, which, there's something about that dingy yellow that I don't like it. But while there are many good examples of liminal spaces, I wanted to show you an example of a liminal space image that I really don't like. I don't think they're good pictures to put into the liminal space category. It's these really dark pictures of just random things. Like, someone will take a really dark, low quality image of something and then call it a liminal space. That doesn't do it for me. This image right here is a great example of that. It's just a playset at nighttime, and it's really grainy because it's low light taking on a smartphone, so it's not going to look good, with just this faint flash that's the only thing illuminating it. That just doesn't give me the same feeling as this, like something like this right here. That is a good liminal image right there. It's so simple and just gives you that weird feeling that you can't describe. But this is just like, if that was daytime, it would just look like a normal playset, and I would just say, okay, someone took a picture of a playset, you know? Nothing to stroke your wiener about. It's nothing to, nothing to get up in arms about. It's nothing that it's going to make you feel like it's a liminal space. And naturally, when liminal spaces became a big trend and a hoopla around the internet, everyone was running around talking about them. It created a lot of these types of images. I've seen them all over the place. Like, a lot of people take really dark, low quality pictures and call it a liminal space, which I can't get behind that. I don't enjoy those types of images. I just wanted to bring that up just to make you know there is a clear distinction between them. You can feel it when you look at the images if it's a good liminal space or not. You really get that feeling when you see a good one. Like this right here, it's one of my personal favorites. I really love this image. It's just so simple, but it gets to the point. I feel kind of brain dead trying to explain this and go through these liminal spaces with you guys, because there's not much commentary I can add besides saying this makes me feel very oddly nostalgic. Like, I can't describe it, you know? Feeling something that you can't describe isn't exactly good YouTube content, but that's why I'm going to continue showing you liminal spaces and not stick on one for too long, because I don't want to bore you to death, because I know everyone has very small attention spans. And this right here is a liminal space that you definitely feel like you've been here before, but obviously you haven't. It feels almost like a Teletubbies TV set is what it really looks like to me. It's like very nostalgic. There's a big hole in the ground right there, I'm realizing. Maybe a rabbit pops out of there. Maybe a Moby Huge pops out of there. Who knows, you know? But this one is it's a really good example of it's like a classic feeling liminal image. I guess I say right there, it has the tag classic liminal in the subreddit. But yeah, this one is like a really good, it makes you feel like you've seen this during your childhood. Like, it feels like the background to a childhood TV show. Like I mentioned, Teletubbies. So it seems like the comments agree with me with this guy saying Teletubbies set, and then the person agreeing with him saying that's what I thought. I think that is the Teletubbies set, though. I think it is, just like without the Teletubbies, obviously, which does give you this weird sense of something missing almost, at the same time as being weirdly nostalgic. I really enjoy this image because I enjoy the snow personally, and also it's a really good example of that feeling of never-endingness that you get with some liminal images, like the Backrooms, for example. The picture, it looks like it may never end. Like every turn, you feel like there's going to be another empty room, an empty hallway, an empty corridor. And the same feeling you get it with this one. It's like the lots may never end. The lots may continue down in an infinite line because you can't see beyond a certain point. This right here is one of my most favorite pictures of a liminal space I've ever seen before. I think it may even beat the Backrooms. There's something about it that just really, it just makes me enjoy it, you know? It's like the vague darkness in the background of the doom impending upon the green, luscious hills and the playground. But there's no children, which also makes it feel weird when you see a playground with no one playing on it. And it's on this very nice green hill, but in the background there's like this impending doom coming. But also I think this picture makes me feel a certain type of way because it relates with a very memorable childhood memory. Because I used to play on like the playgrounds, play sets a lot, for example, at school. And it would be about to thunderstorm. In the background, you could see these really dark clouds coming in while you were playing on the slides and the swings and the monkey bars or whatever. And you would try to play as long as you could, and then it would start raining on you, then it'd start thundering, and then you watch the lightning from inside as you were looking at the playground that you were playing on moments ago being rained on now during the thunderstorm. And I think that's really what gives it that special feeling to me that makes me enjoy it almost more than any other liminal space picture I've ever seen before. Once again, this picture right here relates kind of directly to a childhood memory. It's like a birthday party room set up for reservation, but nobody's in there, so it feels weird. Emptiness is a very big part of liminal spaces also, by the way. If there's a person in the image, it ruins the feeling a lot. And also, this does kind of have that dingy, like yellow kind of feeling to it, like the Backrooms does. But yes, also, I forgot to mention, liminal spaces never have people in them. That kind of ruins the vibe, you know? I just stumbled across this one, and it's a fantastic liminal space. I love this one. I love it. It does look like it is faked. I don't believe this is a real image. Once again, the sky and stuff, it just doesn't quite look real. But that also gives it the very liminal feeling, because there is something about liminal spaces that you do kind of have to question if it's real or not, because it's supposed to be this kind of in-between space, kind of like you're no clipping out of existence almost. It's just like this one does it for me, you know? I'm realizing as I scroll through these, the ones I'm tending to enjoy are like thunder clouds in the background kind of images. Like this one right here, it is a very odd setup as like houses. It reminds me of the Vivarium movie I watched with Jesse Eisenberg, and I forget the lady's name in it. That's one of my favorite movies that I've ever watched, just because I really enjoy the psychological thriller type of movies. And this right here is very reminiscent of that. Although the houses aren't exactly the same copied and paste, it does give me that feeling that they're so close together, and it's just like, it doesn't feel like it should fit, you know? It doesn't feel like it should be there. And the sky also feels like really oddly one shade of gray, rather. I like this one a lot. Dude, another childhood memory right here. This is like the McDonald's Playhouse that I almost got stuck in forever. I swear those things were actual mazes when you were a kid. I genuinely feared for my life. I started getting claustrophobic and everything, and I'm not claustrophobic. I thought I was stuck in there forever. I thought I would have to watch my family from the bubble forever and ever. I never thought I would escape that hellhole. Jesus. I had a certain set of images that I kind of just wanted to show you that I'd compiled up over my journeys through the liminal spaces. But I'm just kind of scrolling through this Twitter page here called Liminal Spaces. Or it's Liminal Bot or something like that. I don't remember exactly. And I'm also going through the Reddit Liminal Space, r/Liminal Space. And I'm just finding some absolutely great ones. Here's the Krusty Krab. That's so cursed. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't like these images. That's not liminal at all in any way, shape, or form. It's just dark and kind of looks like it's going to rain, so you decided to take a picture of a playground. There's something about that I really don't enjoy those pictures at all. I hate these the most out of the liminal space pictures. This is a really good one right here. It looks like a set for like a kid's TV show maybe. I do realize a lot of these relate with like childhood kind of memories, like a childhood kind of aesthetic. At least for me, they do. That's the most liminal feeling spaces to me. That's a good one. That almost looks like a video game picture. I'm liking these a lot scrolling through them, man. Oh yeah, I've seen this picture before. It's like all the trees with the house. Yeah, that one, I don't know if that one's as liminal as it is just kind of like scary-ish. It's like Hansel and Gretel went into this forest and they got ate by the witch and never came back out. That's what it makes me feel like. I feel like there's a gingerbread house with a witch in there in a cauldron. This is just a sign out in like the vacant desert. It almost reminds me of that SpongeBob episode where he gets like, what is that called? Like when he goes to like the underground or whatever. It's like the straight down road. He gets stuck down there. That's what it. Sorry, that's what it reminds me of. SpongeBob down there with those those fishes with the lots on their head. Oh yeah, that's a good one right here. I like this. It's pretty liminal, I say, because it's like kind of deserted on the left side, very suburban on the right side, and also the fog kind of adds a really good aesthetic. And then the lamps, the lot poles or whatever, street lights, they go on for seemingly an endless period, as well as the houses. Once again, I think I just feel that way about houses like in suburban areas because of Vivarium, the movie. I would highly recommend watching that. That movie has just stuck with me through everything, and I watched it a good bit ago. And this is what I'm going to end it off on right here, this picture right here. I think this is a very great liminal space. There's a bench. It's like an inside park in an area that shouldn't really exist. Like, it's like a vacant office building that just sprouted up a park that shouldn't be there, you know? It kind of feels like this could be like an indoor mini golf situation, or also like another room inside the Backrooms from the, what's the guy's name? I forget, is it Alex, the guy who's doing the Backroom series on YouTube? It's a very good series. It feels like this is one of the rooms you could stumble upon when you go through the Backrooms that he's created. But yeah, this has been a very great journey. I've enjoyed looking through these images. I really like them. I really like them a lot. Oh, toilets. Oh, God. This one just like give me the tingles. It gave me the shivers, dude. Whew. Okay, I don't like that at all. This is like a very Backrooms-esque picture, but I like it because it's like there's something there hinting that someone has been there before, but they're no longer there. That's also a very good liminal space feeling that makes you get that icky feeling inside, the urge, I guess, the longing. It's like seeing something that proves humans have been there, but they're no longer there for whatever reason. And it also just adds with the aesthetic around it. It's great. I love this picture too. I love it. I love it a lot. So that's been Liminal Spaces. I had a rootin' tootin' time looking at this stuff. I've always been a creeper. I enjoyed looking at the creepy side of the internet. Hopefully you enjoyed as well, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.